Thinking Byzantine here, and today we'll be talking about an article about Canadian Pacific and Canadian National Railway, as well as Kansas City Southern. Now, before we get into this article, I'd like to say that I am not a professional. This is all my own opinion, and please do your own research before entering any position. Now, with that out of the way, let's jump right into this article. Battle for North American rail dominance breaks out in Canada. So, Canadian Pacific has agreed to buy Kansas City Southern in a $25 billion deal, but today, Canadian National has offered $30 billion to purchase Kansas City Southern. The Canadian National deal is much better than the Canadian Pacific deal, mainly because of the $200 up front. It gives a bit of a floor for KSU stock, if this deal is the one to go with, anyway. It's better than Canadian Pacific's because Canadian Pacific's offers $90 upfront instead. And they're both paid out in stock as well, as in the Canadian National deal you're getting 1.059 Canadian National shares, and Kansas City, not Kansas City, the Canadian Pacific deal, you're getting 0.489 Canadian Pacific stock. And the deal is projected to be concluded in around mid-2022. And either of these deals will have to be approved by a regulatory agency, so keep that in mind. These are not set deals. And we have yet to see if Canadian Pacific tries to outbid Canadian National. But that's just it for this article. And we'll take a look at these railway lines just to see what you're getting. So this is Canadian National. As you see, it gets to Prince Rupert all the way to New Orleans, touches Edmonton, Chicago, Montreal, Toronto, basically most of the major Canadian cities, and it goes north to south as well as east to west. So it makes a bit of a Y or T shape. That's just my own observation, but it does allow for the transportation of goods from Canada to the Gulf of Mexico, which is an interesting observation in my opinion. And here's a Canadian Pacific. It's just a standard east to west or west to east railroad that stretches through most of Canada and touches most of the big cities in Canada. Touches Chicago right over here, and it gets close to New York City over here. Close, but not quite. And then here's KSU's route. We're in Illinois and stretches all the way into Mexico. So, when you're thinking about this, like which deal is more likely to go through, it's probably going to be the Canadian Pacific KSU deal that's more likely to go through, because if we look at how big these railway companies are, Canadian Pacific is smaller than Canadian National. So it's more likely the smallest railways are likely to combine than, let's say, like one of the mid-tier in terms of size with the smallest. So there's definitely less of a chance the Canadian National would go through get approval from a regulatory agency than the Canadian Pacific deal. That's just my own opinion on it. And let's see, where is KSU trading? So KSU trading is at $295. Big jump today. We're up close to $40, 15%. All the way from $256 to $295 or $296 after hours. Canadian Pacific's traded down today, and Canadian National dropped $7 with this deal's announcement. And that's that. So, yeah, this is it. What do you guys think of the Canadian National deal versus the Canadian Pacific deal? Which deal do you think is more likely to get through? And do you think railway stocks are getting a bit pricey? This is Thinking Byzantine. and have a good day.